Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about um, part of my indoor bonsai setup. I use two different rooms. One room is the one we're in now. Is more of a I guess of a nicer setup. Um, some grow lights, and it's in front of a window. And this room we're in, we just kind of use as a sitting room. We've got a chair, couch. And it's my other hobby room. I've got my drum set up over there, so not a lot of space, but I utilize this front window. It faces the south and has a lot of nice natural light. But I do supplement it with some grow lights here, and thought I would just share kind of how I set it up, what materials I use, and things like that. So let me get in here a little closer and show you the benches and lights. So these benches I'm using are actually they're sold as dining table benches or dining benches. So they're very sturdy. These that I got are kind of a natural wood color, and they're bamboo, but I think they hold up to like 400 to 450 pounds. And I just really like the look of them. I mean, they kind of look, Asian or something, just kind of that theme. I thought they would look nice with some bonsai trees on them. So I'm going to have some of my bigger trees on there, and I don't have to worry about them being too heavy or anything. But and I'll link everything I'm talking about down below. I got most of this stuff on Amazon, so if you want to check it out, you can just follow that link. And so the lights I use, um, these are just kind of floor standing. You can adjust them. They go up pretty high. They go up to like 5 or 6 feet tall, but they're LED grow lights here, and you can kind of adjust them however you want. Like I said, I've got some of my bigger trees that'll be coming in here, so I need the adjustability, but I'll show you the final product after I get my trees in. But let me set up here and I'll show you a couple other things that I do. Okay, so we're kind of zoomed in here close on one of the benches, and I want to talk about this item here. It's a heat mat. And last year I had heat mats in the other room, which I'll show probably in a different video. But in this room, even though there's nice bright sun coming in through this window, it also lets a little cool air in. So when it gets really cold outside, the trees in here suffered a little bit just because they weren't staying warm enough. So what I'm going to do this year is put a heat mat or kind of a grow mat on these benches, and I'll just show you what it looks like here. So it comes in this box, and again, I'll link this down below if you would like to check it out, research it, whatever. And so it comes in this bag. So it's just a kind of a plastic mat that you can unfold and lay on the bench. And what it does, it increases the temperature by like 5 or 10 degrees over the room temperature. So it's not super hot, but what I found is it really helps the trees. The trees that I had on these grow mats in my other room performed really well, and I was even able to, with the grow lights that I've got and the heat mat, I was actually able to root several cuttings through the winter, which was kind of nice because you usually think about rooting cuttings just in the summertime, but I was able to root them over the winter. So how this works is here's your thermometer and electronics for the to monitor the heat. This is the thermometer that it detects the room temperature. And it's got a little suction cup, or what I do, I just, just catch the ambient temperature in the room. I just kind of put it on here and use a piece of wire and tie it to the bench, or, hang it somewhere. Then this end just plugs in. Plugs into the wall or a power strip. And then once you get it plugged in, it's as simple as, hitting the settings and then going up and down to set your temperature. So, and it's got a really good instructions in here. Kind of shows you how to do it. So it's a pretty neat little setup here. So that's one thing that I do. I put that down. Like I said, it's not super hot, so there's no danger of it, melting anything, because it doesn't get that hot. It just increases the temperature, like I said, 5 to 10 degrees over the room temperature, which I found was enough. We keep our house around 68 to 70 degrees, so it kept the plants, about 75 to 80 degrees, so it was really nice. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is because when you have your trees inside, you've got to water them. And one of the things is you've got to have either drip trays or, something so the water doesn't drip down onto the carpet. Like in here, in this room, I've got carpet, so I don't want water dripping down. So what I'm using is these kind of multi-purpose, I think they're called boot trays or multi-purpose trays or something. But I found that they're really nice, this size here. And in my other room, I've got some gravel and stuff in them, but I don't think I'm going to put gravel in these, because I was using the gravel to hold the pots off the ground, off the surface, so it didn't clog the water. But these have ridges on the bottom, so when I set my pots in there, it actually raises it up a little bit. So, and the feet on the bottom of the pot will also help. So, so I'll be putting these down over the heat mat, and then my trees will go in here, so that way I can water and not be too concerned about spilling some of the water down onto the wooden bench or down onto the carpet. Okay, so next up is just another supplemental grow light. Like I mentioned, these tall ones here in the back, I kind of showed these before, but they've got these heads on them here that are flexible. Another grow light option that I use is this one here. Again, this came from Amazon, so I'll link that down below as well. But here's kind of what it looks like. It's LED, so it doesn't get hot. Provides a lot of light. And I'll just kind of get all the components out here and then show you how easy it is to go together. Get this box out of the way. And this box is the plug-in. So there's your plug-in here. These little twist ties on here to take those off. There's that. And here's the base. It's a weighted base, so it holds. It's pretty steady once you get the pole in. And this little box here is the light. I can figure out how to get it open. Yeah, it's got these twist ties on there. Let's just go ahead and put that off. This pole here. It just screws down onto the base. And let me go ahead and adjust the camera a little bit. And then this piece here is the flexible piece that goes on the top. So it'll screw in the top and then you can bend it over. Again, let me adjust the camera a little bit. And then the top, it's got this little screw here, and it just screws in on top of the might be easier to do this before you put the some winding the cord around the piece here, but so once you get that on and untangle the cord, there's your light, just like that. Make sure it's still in the frame here. Yep. So like I said, this can bend down like that, and then you can adjust the height here. Just about, it'll go up to a little over 2 feet tall, so it'll hold some nice trees underneath it. And then we plug that in, and then the control mechanism here is you can turn it on and off, and it's also got a timer, and you can adjust the brightness of the light. So the timer is really nice function, but you can see that's, I don't know how well it's coming through on the camera, but it's very bright. It puts off, I think the camera dims it a little bit, but if you could see it in person, I mean, it's a lot of light, and the trees really like it. I mean, it's full spectrum. Like I said, it's LED, so it doesn't get hot, and it has a timer. So that's just one of the lights I use. But the other stand-up lights that I mentioned earlier, these spider type lights, they also have a timer, and you can adjust the brightness on them. So there's the little bit about the lighting, the benches, heat mats, and then I will come back once I start bringing my trees in and get those set up. I'll show you that. Okay, so here's the final setup, and as you can see, I've got a few of the stand lamps, and then some of the spider ones that I've got positioned to where, you know, different height levels, especially over here on the right side here. I've got it down to where it's hovering right on the trees, because you want the lights as close to the trees as possible. But let me get in here a little closer. So you can see here's my windswept portulacaria, and my Frankie one there behind it. This is my large portulacaria that I got from Weigert's that has the squirrel damage that I'm calling my lightning strike tree. A couple small trees there that need pruned. There's my big guy. That's my large oldest portulacaria afra. And then a couple other portulacarias over here that also need a trim, but as you can see, I've got them on the trays, nice and clean. I've watered it already, and the water's already dried, but as you can see, I've got these lights positioned to where they're pretty close to the trees, just to get it, you know, as much light as possible. And it seems to work out well. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.